and set the record straight. I never threw a pick six against Michigan State in my career. That was a different quarterback who threw that pick six.
Hey, my name's Adam Sarjo. I'm a sophomore. I'm going to be a junior in the fall. And I play left tackle. And I've been taking this seriously since the game. Something interesting about me is I've been on a mission trip to St. Thomas and helped with Hurricane. Grandpa's Christian High School.
So nice to meet you.
So how'd he do, Coach?
You did great. Nice meeting you, Adam. Thank you very much. And good luck today. Thank you. I'll be brief. I'm sure everybody wants to get out and start playing ball. One thing, and I'm sure you've heard this. Parents have heard it. Have you heard that the younger generation is bringing things down? Things are slipping, there's too much social media or all those kind of, raise your hand if you've heard that. Somehow there's something wrong with this new generation. Every guy here, that's powerful. So I heard the same things in my generation. Parents, did we hear the exact same thing when we were growing up? Hands are all going up. Turns out, experts who study this document that going back to the Greeks, to ancient Greece. There's writings of in every generation dating back at least 1,000 years, 1,500 years, that the new generation, the one that's coming up, is bringing things down, ruining things. But the facts are, from then until now, we are the most technically advanced society of all time, and people are living longer than they've ever lived in the history of mankind. So those generations dating back 1,500 years have not screwed things up, have they? Turns out. Even guys, people with I hear older people talk about, well, guys are on their phones too much. You know, back when it was, we were growing up, I mean, it was music they listened to, or movies. I think the biggest one when I was growing up was movies, violent movies, things like that is what was ruining society. I see anybody see a lot of 30-year-olds, 60-year-olds on their phone? Same with me. There are three things, though, that I continue to see that are obstacles that get in the way of people having success as it relates to football. Same for my generation. One is, first thing I think of is guys get a big head. The big head syndrome. They think they've arrived. They think they're better than everybody, and it's going to be easy. Their high school season is going to be easy, or their college season, or it's just going to be easy to make the pros, that kind of thing. Turns out there's millions of people that are competing. I mean, there's hundreds here today that are competing. Turns out many are more motivated than the ones that think they've arrived. What happens is they start working, they don't work as hard. Oh, I've got this, I'm moving on to the next thing. I've got that. I got that covered, I'm good. Second thing is, continues to get in the way of people is grades, academics. There's a standard that you have to meet to keep moving on in high school and in college. I don't need it, I don't like school, it's not important, why am I gonna know that? Coach talked about it earlier, my teacher stinks, a way to blame it on somebody else, that continues. There is no closer guarantee that you have in life to being successful than through education. Education, that's the closest thing you got to a guarantee. And sitting in your chairs right now, your main goal should be education after high school in some form. Yes, a 4-year college, or a 2-year college, or trade school, or military. One of those. There's got to be education after high school to give yourself the best chance to be successful. So really, the third thing that's consistent that I see today with players that are in high school, players that are in college, players that are in pro football, the other thing that gets them is alcohol and drugs. People say, oh, there's a lot of new stuff going around these days. Boy, there's a lot of new things. You know, there's vaping, there's chemical things that people smoke, there's things that people put in drinks, driving guys crazy. Yeah, I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are. I'm sure it's easy to get. If you're looking for it, I'm sure it's easy to find. Cake parties, things like that. It was no different than in our day. Was it any different, parents? In our day, all that stuff could be found if somebody wanted to. As a football player, as it relates to football, that is a horrible habit. It has no place in an athlete's body. They're poison. Alcohol, drugs, they're poison to an athlete's body. So you have to make the decision that as a football player, as an athlete, I want to be an elite athlete, then that's something I say no to. That has no place in my body. Because you keep seeing it trip guys up, right? That's what I'm up here trying to tell you, that guys get a big head, or guys piss their opportunity away through drugs and alcohol, or they don't take school seriously. It really comes, and there's probably some others, but those are the 3 big ones that I see. Piece of advice as you go forward, and I'll ask you a question. Does not tomorrow start now? Maybe a little deep. Doesn't the future begin right now? Every act can be an act of improvement. Every act can be an act of improvement. How are you going to know if you improve in football? There's a real easy way to know if you've improved in football. If you got better today than you were yesterday. There's a way to know if you got better tomorrow than you were today. When your head hits the pillow at night, are you sore? Are you tired? Did you sweat during the day? If your head hits the pillow and you're tired and you're sore and you've sweated and you've worked, you got better at football. Today will be a good day. Today's a chance to be an improvement. Can't wait to watch you compete. Thank you very much.
Okay, guys.